at the end of the day, a lot of my music sounds a lot of different ways, but at the end of the day, it's always gonna just challenge. It always challenges its listeners. I should probably, will you time this one for us? Yes, there. Thank you. Yes. Well, I'm Tiny Jag. I am a musician from Detroit. I make a lot of different music, but I like to call it alternative pop, as it's been coined. I've been making music for not very long, maybe only about 4 or 5 years at this level, at least at a serious level. So again, I'm so grateful that you guys are giving me the opportunity to share my shit. Some of my most toughest bouts, some of my most hardest decisions are right here in this music. So as heavy and as deep as that may sound, sometimes, fortunately, it sounds like this. Hey, hey, here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Art is an interesting profession because it's a spectator sport. So it's very feedback based. And because of that, when you first start, you have to be into yourself at some level to believe that what you're saying even matters, to want to be an artist with a platform. Sometimes that comes with a cool factor, and sometimes your external factors can get caught up in that cool factor. So you'll end up with a lot of people that don't necessarily challenge you or don't necessarily just provoke the conversations that talk more about where you have opportunities to improve or to modify something. Okay, period. We're gonna be on the radio. I don't think I've been on the radio yet.
Have anything going on or want to come talk to me on the radio?
I think so.
Spread the word to our community.
Right here.
You can find us on Facebook and listening to GR or up and out. But I think what we really miss is performance, truly that performance, and that's something you really take seriously and get out when you're on the stage, I'm seeing, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's the most cathartic thing that I do, I think, is performing, and I've had to honestly make it a little bit more specific for my audience because it was kind of just so about me and being able to release at first, but that still definitely communicates, I'm sure, but it is a very big focus for me because that's what it's all about. It's about that moment that we kind of lose ourselves when we're doing exactly what we feel we should be doing, and on the stage is the only place that I feel that, so it's a little bit of a blackout, but it's always a good time.
The most important parts of the show to me don't come from preparation. Very important elements do, but the most important ones, the one that separates the babies from the non-babies, is not a thing that can be prepared for. Trial and error was the biggest teacher for me as far as understanding what I needed to prepare for. My first show, I was completely thrown into. It was in a couple days from the day that we talked about it. I showed up with my USB and did the thing that you can't prepare for, though. And that is what made it a successful show, and that's what helped me win that competition. And even though winning that competition, like as far as what you won on paper was not that big of a deal, it was one step in the right direction as my first show to let me know that, okay, I can do this. So doing it as well is something that will help you prepare for it, like getting out there and doing it. Each show is going to help you prepare for the next one. Live performing is a whole nother world. It's separate from recording. Anything anybody can tell you could be totally different when you get out there and figure out what's good for you. So take everything with a grain of salt and then get out there and see what works, what fits, what doesn't. And it could be that main thing that somebody told you have to have at your live performance that you don't have, that makes you the first person to not fucking do some shit that everybody told you had to do. Like, who even knows? So kick ass in whatever way and whatever that means to you. And I feel like that will definitely prepare you better than anything else. The way that the show feels as it progresses matters to me. The way that, just like the track list matters on the EP, the show is not going to be listed in the same way because I want it to feel differently than I would want a listener to feel outside of the show. As I get deeper and deeper into my message and into the significance of what I feel is the significance of my platform, it matters much more to me what I'm saying when we're not playing the song. It matters a lot more to me the message that's in between the lyrics. And that is when I have a very great opportunity to do that, to share that. And so I do try to make those moments meaningful. I do have plenty of times where I try to make them just fun too and light. But even that is meaningful. Even that is placed in a way that I would like for it to strategically aid in the show, aid the moment, or aid an audience member, or aid me. Shit, help me get back to a grounding space so I can continue the show. But there is a lot more strategy involved because the stakes are higher. The stakes are not just me sharing my new track. The stakes are, do you hear what I'm saying? The stakes are, have I sold this enough for you to even look this way to then consume the message? That's different. It takes a lot more effort on the back end and a lot more legwork, so it feels as if the stakes are a lot higher. And so the experience that you get out of it will be different as the performer and as someone in the audience, just because it is a different ball game than it was when I was just sharing my new thing I did. Because I want the whole performance to tell a story. I don't have a particular feeling that I want audience members to feel when they leave a show, but I know I want them to feel something, and I know that I want my expression to be authentic. And so those are the main things, though, that are under no circumstances am I willing to budge about. Everything else, no matter how many times I've rehearsed it, could change.
They've been trying to get me on the low. I can't let them do it, that's for sure. I got plenty shooters, they on cold. They on bullshit right up in the hole. All of these new bitches that they are trying to get my circle Hollywood, yeah, yeah. Hollywood, yeah, yeah. Hollywood, yeah, yeah. I got plenty shooters, they on cold. They on bullshit right up in the hole.
I don't want to just rehearse and then spit that out at the audience. I do want it to be a connection, and with that connection there's going to be flaw, there's going to be error, there's going to be all these things that we've made really bad words but are also just deviation from plan or deviation from a hypothesis or whatever that may be. And so there's a lot of beauty in that on the stage. The ones that speak to me the most are the ones that have the water bottle right on the stage, are the ones that like are kicking shit on their knees on the fucking stage. Like, that shit is my shit. That shit reaches me way deeper in my body than my heart. That's like some root chakra shit. That gets my attention. Just losing yourself And so you cannot just rehearse your way into losing yourself. There are definitely some moments where it's just me and the stage, and you have to rehearse leaving room for that. That has to be rehearsed. That has to be a conscious thought of leaving space for whatever, leaving space for the moment. Because you can rehearse your way right into just getting up there and not even remembering exactly which city you're in tonight or whatever the case may be. And that's what you don't want. That's what you don't want. You want to be able to connect with your audience.
Wishing you would give me love, but you would rather give me head. Separate, I bought it like your mouth, and I'm sad. Had me dripping, but I got it, let me even out the set. I'm reading. They say love is blind, I'm fitted for new frames now. Took a little time, but I can feel them growing pains now. But you wanna eat me, then you treat me like a break. But you love me, but I do. Here we go, with Peter. Oh, you my twin flame.
Anything else that you would like to tell, I guess, new artists that, you know, haven't had a lot of experience performing, what they can do to kind of improve and take the right steps to get to a point where they're comfortable performing?
Hell yeah. For me, it was to out-heart everybody. Like, everybody will tell you to out-hustle, but spectator sport. Like, you can hustle as hard as you want. If nobody likes it, fuck out of here. If you put your heart on whatever it is that you're doing, nobody else can replicate it. It flat out. Make sure that it's not hiding behind your body or hiding behind your name or your title or hiding behind the opportunity even. Don't let the fact that you got an opportunity be enough. Like, go lose your mind at the opportunity. And even if everything goes to shit, nobody will ever be able to say that you didn't fucking lose your mind. And that's what makes me go to sleep, and that's why that's what matters to me. Like, I had my homegirl spinning tracks. I didn't have show tracks. That was me. But I always got good feedback because I would lose my mind. You could not find me. The person that sits here before you right now, you could not find her on the stage from the jump, from the first moment. And that's because nobody was going to fucking out-heart me. Nobody was going to put it all on the stage more than I was. I don't care if they rehearsed a zillion times. I don't care what. I was going to split my shit open and show y'all. Being that authentic will breathe life into your body. You can't just be your most you self and then be like, that was kind of weak. Like, it's not. It's going to hit every time. And you got to start doing it. You got to start doing it, especially when you're brand new. You got fuck to lose. Like, kick ass. Kick ass. Kick ass. Like, there's never the perfect time. You're never going to be ready. It's never going to be none of that. Give it heart. Now, there's stages after that where it's going to take more than heart. It's going to take heart and refinement. Heart, refinement, and cake. Heart, refinement, and money. Heart, refinement, and it's going to take more things as you go. But we're talking about fresh start. You're just starting. You want to know where to start? Start with heart. I need to put that on some shit. Start with heart. Period.